Once upon a time, in the time before roads crisscrossed the land, long before iron birds soared through the sky, there was a river. Its name was Ogwashi-Uru, but this river was more than just a source of water. It was a giver of destiny. The elders spoke of its guardian, Iyenru, the river mother. She was a being caught between spirit and flesh, her skin the color of moonlit water and her eyes as deep as the river's heart. White coral beads adorned her neck, and with every step she took in the water, fish would multiply and sickness would vanish. In a quiet settlement by the river's edge, a child was born. Her name was Ejiro. She arrived on a night when the river overflowed its banks, a gentle flood that brought no destruction. The midwives exchanged knowing glances. This child, they understood, was touched by the water. As Ejiro grew, her hands were never still. She would tear leaves into intricate patterns and weave grasses into shapes no one had ever seen. Later, she began to stitch cloth, creating forms that seemed to breathe and move even when the air was calm. The elders watched her, their silence filled with ancient knowledge. When Ejiro blossomed into womanhood, she felt a pull, a call from the river itself. One night, under a sky where the moon reigned supreme, she followed the sound of flowing water. It led her to a place where the river parted like a great curtain, revealing a hidden passage. From the depths rose Iyenru, draped in white, her head crowned with shimmering stars. Child of cloth, the river mother's voice was like the gentle lapping of waves. Before you were born, I placed a gift in your hands, but every gift is bound by a law. Ejiro, trembling but not with fear, asked, "What is the law?" "You must never forget the river," Iyenru declared. "Your hands will multiply everything they touch, be it wealth, honor, or beauty. But should pride ever seal your lips and make you forget your source, the water will close its palm and the gift will be withdrawn." Ejiro bowed her head and accepted the terms. Iyenru then took Ejiro's hands and washed them in sacred water, sealing the covenant between them. From that moment on, a living power, an aze, flowed from Ejiro's fingertips. The clothes she created brought favor to those who wore them. Her wrappers had the power to turn poverty into abundance. People traveled from far and wide, crossing dense forests and other rivers, just to own a piece of her work. But human nature is a fragile thing, easily swayed by the winds of praise. As Ejiro's fame spread like wildfire, her visits to the river became less frequent. The kola nuts she once offered were forgotten. The libations she used to pour ceased. She no longer told the wide-eyed children the story of her gift, of the river mother who blessed her hands. The elders saw this change and offered quiet warnings, but their words fell on deaf ears. The river, in turn, remained silent, and then the drought came. It arrived not with a sudden clap of thunder, but with a slow, creeping thirst. The riverbed grew cracked and dry. The fish vanished. The vibrant colors in Ejiro's cloth faded, their beauty gone. Her hands, once so steady and sure, began to shake as if an unseen force had stripped them of their power. That night she dreamed. She saw a barren riverbed, littered with broken, white coral beads. She awoke with tears streaming down her face. Crying, she ran back to the river, the place she had so long neglected. She fell to the dry, cracked earth, her body prostrate. Iyenru. She cried out, her voice raw with grief. "I have not lost my gift, I have lost my remembrance." The dry riverbed split open once more. Iyenru appeared, her expression holding neither anger nor kindness, but a timeless patience. "The river does not chase those who forget it," she said softly. "It only waits for those who remember." With a renewed heart, Ejiro offered her finest cloth to the water, a shimmering piece that held all her regret and hope. She spoke the river mother's name aloud, letting it echo across the valley. She promised that from that day forward, every creation from her hands would carry the story of the river. As her promise settled in the air, the water began to flow again. The rains returned, quenching the thirsty land. The fish came back to the river, their scales glinting in the sunlight. And Ejiro's hands became steady once more, now filled with a strength born not just of a gift but of humility and gratitude. When Ejiro finally passed into the realm of the ancestors, the elders made sure her final resting place was not far from the river she loved. And even now, on certain nights, people say you can see a woman in white walking along the riverbank, her hands holding a piece of cloth that she gently touches to the water's surface. To this day, the elders share this story, a timeless warning passed down through generations. Never forget the source of your gift, for the river that gives can also withdraw. So when you see cloth that moves like flowing water, when you witness success that seems to come too quickly, or when you hear the river whispering in the quiet of the night, remember the old people's words. Iyenru is watching. Thank you for joining me on this journey into folklore. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more tales from around the world. Until next time.